So this is the 25th anniversary Predator from Neca Toys, and I was really excited for this when they announced it or whatever. I thought it looked so freaking cool, and I didn't think I was gonna find it. You can see it comes with a comic book, like a reissue of the comic book from #1, and that's really cool. So it's 25 years old. It's not like you're gonna stumble across it, I don't think. But don't get too excited. It's like a mini comic, not like a full-size comic or whatever. It's not a big deal. Anyways, so inside the box, and on the back of the box, it's just showing you all the other figures in the line. These old Predators, like the cracked tusk Predator. These are all the goofy stuff from Kenner. Kenner just making up weirdo Predators all on their own or whatever. But that one in the middle, the Renegade Predator, that's the one I had. Well, I had these other ones, but that was my favorite. And then you have the Alien figure and Aliens, and I really want to get my hands on those Sigourney Weavers. Anyways, here's the comic, and as you can see, it's just like a little mini comic, which is still cool. I mean, you can still read it. It's about, I don't know, some cop and he fights the Predator, whatever. Predator and Aliens comics have never been that great, in my opinion. Especially like the Aliens versus Predator comic. Like, if you didn't like the Aliens versus Predator movie, if you thought the plot of that was goofy, don't even read the comics. There's novelizations, but the source material is still the comics, so even those are kind of goofy. Just depends on how much you can stomach for your love of aliens and Predators. And then here's the Predator himself, and I think he looks fantastic. Obviously with Neca Toys, the detail of the sculpt and everything is really, really nice, and not a whole lot of articulation, and I think that's just mainly because it would mess with the sculpt, so they want to keep things looking as clean as possible. But the paint looks really nice. It gives him this very kind of animated look, and I think it all turned out really well. He's really red in the back because the shadowing on the comic book cover was red, so you can see it looks like he's been splashed in blood. He went to a prom and popular kids didn't like him or something. So that all looks a little weird, especially when you get down to the legs and it's just like, Predator, are you menstruating? I don't know the physiology of Yautjas. But yeah, that can be a little weird looking. But other than that, I think it's great. I really like the way it turned out. And everything else, the head doesn't move back that much, and he doesn't have any articulation in the torso, so it's kind of hard to get him to do that "come at me, bro" pose. That's on the box. But everything else, the fishnet clothing of his, and all the tiny little attention to detail, and just look at this. It just looks really good. The amount of effort that I guess is put into it, like even the little strings, it's just like a regular string, but it looks like they dipped it in glue so that it's like looks like it's blowing in the wind or whatever. You could take the staff out of his hand if you wanted to, but all this stuff, his little spine, I don't know, just the decorations and all of that stuff. The cannon is removable, but it's kind of a bitch to get it on there, so I don't want to take it off now that I finally got it in there. It clamps into his shoulder, but it is a separate piece, and so you could take it off. It does restrict his head turning a little bit, but the cannon itself is articulated, so you can kind of move that around a bit if you were so inclined, I guess, to make it look like he was aiming at something. But yeah, he really can't turn his head because of that, and the dreadlocks. But the dreadlocks are really cool, at least I think so, because they're like all separate pieces and they're really soft, so they can bend a little bit. But yeah, his armor and his hair, they do kind of restrict him a bit. And like I said, the articulation is pretty basic, but I think when you buy a Neca Toys figure, you already kind of know that, and it's really just the attention to detail that you're after. You know, once you pose them and everything. But they do have little things. The gauntlet, you know, these wrist blades can move in and out. Like you can have them sort of sheathe them, or you know, extend them, and obviously I like to keep them extended. He's got this articulation, and you know, just basic kind of ball joint at the shoulder, and of course he's got another joint here at the elbow. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but it doesn't move that much. Like you can't really do like a bicep curl all that much, and the wrist moves too, and then the legs they kind of go forward a little bit, but again his armor, his crotch piece or whatever, and the fringe or pubic hair or whatever that is, that keeps it from going forward too much. They can move back a little bit ways more, but once you do, he's kind of off balance, and it's like he's just gonna fall over. Yeah. So I don't know. You're probably not gonna be moving his legs around too much. But he does bend his knees, just you know, standard joint there, and you can move his ankles, but there's no ankle pivot or anything like that. But again, like once you get him into the pose that you want, which is generally, you know, probably gonna be as close to the pose on the cover, it all looks fantastic. I just cannot get over how good it looks. I mean, especially when I think about the Predator toys when I was a kid. His helmet's not removable, which is a kind of a shame. Anyway, so overall, I'm really happy with this. And you know, for the price that these things are, he was $24.99, you know. And I buy Marvel Legends, and those are like $22.95, and they don't look anywhere near as good as this. And this is really cool for me. I love Predator, and I think if you watch my channel, you probably figure that out. But I saw Predator when I was 3 years old, and it blew my mind. And when I was 4, that's when I started getting like Predator stuff, like for my birthday, and everything about the Predator has just always intrigued me, like as a creature, as an alien. You know, I know like the movies kind of shit on him, but I think there's just so much to explore. I'm really excited for the new movie that's being in development right now from Shane Black. So I couldn't ask for, I don't know if I could ask for anyone better, I guess. So I'm really excited for how all of that will turn out. I definitely recommend this.